2024 is just getting started, but we've already got a metric butt ton of upcoming indie games to look forward to. Now, in case you're sitting there like,
But Danny, I don't know any of the games coming out this year.
don't you worry about it, because I got you covered. So here are my 10 most anticipated indie games for 2024. Few things though, indie games are kind of difficult when it comes to locking down dates. Now, all these games are scheduled to come out in 2024. Now, will they actually come out this year? To be determined. Now, if history proves anything, out of my 5 most anticipated games from 2023, only one of them actually came out last year. So yeah, we're just gonna roll with the punches on this one. Now, the best way for you to know if these games are actually coming out this year is to go wishlist them on Steam. Even if you aren't gonna actually play them on PC, you can get some valuable news over there. Now, let's get started. Hollow Knight Silksong. This game is currently in a vacuum, and we're not gonna talk about it till it's finally here, okay? Moving on. Now, I always feel a little bit guilty when I include the same game on my most anticipated list multiple years in a row. But there's always gotta be one that got delayed and I chose to never forget about. And I'm still geeking out about the Plucky Squire. Jot is the hero of his own storybook, and unfortunately, the villain of our story, Humgrump, isn't a fan of actually being the villain. So, in an attempt to rewrite this tale, Humgrump forces Jot out of the storybook. Jot is now lost in a 3D world, and is on a quest to help his friends and return home to restore the happy ending to his story. Now, I was working the weekend this game got announced, and I remember checking my phone and having like 15, 20 messages from people telling me I had to check out the trailer for this brand new game, because it had Danny energy written all over it. And I gotta tell you, the Plucky Squire is 1000% a Danny-ass game. The adorable art style across both dimensions looks like it's going to allow for some unique designs to puzzle solving and to the combat. Now, if only I could finally play this freaking game. Over my years of content creation, I've been pretty open about how I don't like Souls games. So a game that on its own Steam page describes itself with Sekiro-inspired deflection should totally be a turnoff, right? Well, I am also a broken human, and if you've got a game with a gorgeous 2D art style and it features a dope animal main character, I think I can suffer through the pain. This is Nine Souls, a 2D action platformer about exploring the former lands of an alien race and defeating the 9 souls to get your revenge. I played the demo a few years back, and boy was it tough, but it is so satisfying to get that parrying mechanic down and slash your way through each level. There's also a pretty intense story right off the jump, and I'm dying to know what craziness is going to unfold from there. Now, will I likely claw my own eyes out from dying over and over again while trying to witness that story? Oh, most definitely, but hopefully it'll all be worth it. So here's an obvious member of this list. It's freaking Hades 2, people. But I gotta confess, I never actually finished Hades 1. I played it on PC, Switch, and PlayStation, but just never made my way to the end. But having a sequel right around the corner has made that a priority for me in 2024. This time we're about to battle beyond the underworld, using dark sorcery to take on the Titan of Time. Playing as Melino. Oh, I've never been good with Greek names. Playing as Melino, we'll battle through bigger and deeper mythical worlds with the full power of Olympus behind us. Speaking of the full power of Olympus, I can't wait to see all of the smoking hot gods we'll be able to steal powers from. I've already got my eyes on Nemesis. Woo, baby. Now, if you'll excuse me, while typing up the script, I decided to go download Hades 1 on my PlayStation 4. So, enjoy listening to what pre-recorded Danny has to include next. So, I don't know if I really care about this next game that much, but Nico, the ripped Italian game dev, told me mom said I have to put it on, so I guess here we are. Nah, I'm just kidding. Athenian Rhapsody is incredible, and I'm excited to play more. Athenian Rhapsody is a comedy-driven RPG filled with wacky characters, real-time dodging combat, and a lot of that. In Athenian Rhapsody, you're playing as yourself, taking on a huge quest in Athens and telling your own epic tale, i.e. creating your own Rhapsody. I've been mutuals with Nico for a while now on TikTok, and he is such a dope and genuine dude. Watching him talk about his game and the steps that he's taken to make it better each and every day has me so excited to play the rest of it. There's 16 different companions you can have, insane puzzles to solve, nearly endless options to build your own story, and this thing, his name's Thundergoober. I don't know what he is, but he's cute, and I think he shits himself. Okay, everybody, fasten your seatbelts, because it's time for the next game from the team that brought us Celeste. Yeah, you know, one of the best indie games to ever exist, so this game has to be a good one, and that is Earthblade. As a child of fate, you're finally returning to Earth to explore this lush pixel art world. You'll find seamless exploration, challenging combat, and countless mysteries to unfold. So right now, we really don't know too much more outside of what was in the 2022 Game Awards trailer. But with the pedigree of Celeste and knowing the passion, care, and love that went into making it special, I have no doubt Earthblade's gonna follow suit. Just a quick glimpse of the environments we'll get to explore in this abandoned version of Earth shows us that there's probably gonna be a bunch of new stuff to discover in the world of Earthblade. In case you couldn't tell, I love my action platformers. So this definitely isn't the last one on the list, but it is certainly the most badass one. This is Mariachi Legends, an action platformer chock full of Mexican folklore and straight up sick looking character designs. You're Detective Pablo Cruz, and you've been handpicked by Death herself to retrieve an ancient amulet that could overthrow her power and disrupt El Dia de los Muertos. And now you get a dope-ass mariachi suit that gives you special powers, and it's time to face the Mariachi Legends themselves. I've dabbled with Halberd Studios' first game, 9 Years of Shadows, and though I still need to go back and finish it, I really enjoyed the gameplay and the exploration. And Mariachi Legends appears to be taking all of the awesomeness from Shadows and giving it astronomical levels of culture and kick-assery. Plus, I've already concluded on buying this game because I will do anything that Lady Death tells me to. Because I'm weak-willed and she looked at me with those eyes. Oh boy. Okay, this is my last action platformer on the list, I swear. But this one was so dope looking that I couldn't possibly have left it out. This is Pepper Grinder. You play as Pepper, a pirate who's got a big ass drill that can dig in and out of the ground. Almost like a dolphin, but like on land. After getting shipwrecked and having her treasure stolen, Pepper must use Grinder, her handy dandy drill, to mine for treasure. While using the momentum that you build up underground to launch yourself further and further, you collect treasure, defeat sick-looking bosses, and get filthy rich all over again. Pepper Grinder seems like it's going to be a fast-paced adventure, where you're going to be constantly having to analyze the world around you to get as much cash as possible, while solving puzzles and eliminating foes with whatever you can plug your huge drill into. Also, if there's not at least 4 Gurren Lagann references in this game, I'm gonna be pissed. Choo-choo! Passengers, there's been a murder. This is Loco Motive, a point-and-click murder mystery that takes place on a moving train. And go figure, the 3 primary suspects are all of your playable characters. In Loco Motive, you'll mingle with all the passengers on the Roost Express in hopes of discovering the secrets of who committed this heinous crime. I played the demo for Loco Motive early last year and had a blast playing through it, helping student guests find their missing things, rigging a few gambling tables, and discovering tons of unique personalities.
Misplaced! Haha! Must I remind you who I am?
No sir, you've been very clear.
'Tis I, Herman Merman! Surely you've read the stories of my cases.
With detailed pixel art environments, witty writing, deep NPC conversations, and a soundtrack composed by the same guy who did Wild Frost. Yeah, Wild Frost, you remember that roguelike from last year that I wouldn't shut up about? I think Loco Motive is gonna hit so damn hard, it might just go flying off the tracks. In a good way, that is. Now here's what we've been waiting for a long time. Black Myth Wukong. In this action RPG inspired by Journey to the West, you'll be fighting tons of marvelous and wild creatures from Chinese mythology. Now we've gotten snippets of Black Myth Wukong for years, just wondering when we'd finally get to play it for ourselves. And finally this August we can all wield a dope staff and crack some skulls with it. Now even though this game doesn't necessarily define itself as one, there's no hiding the Souls-like influences that Wukong has. And like I said before, Souls-likes? Yeah, not my jam. But come on, it's a Wukong game. What am I gonna do, skip it? Okay, good one. However, I did discover that the game uses the hentai tag on Steam, so looks like Wukong is about to be getting busy. But when he's not doing that, I cannot wait to be dueling giant lion dudes and 6-armed Onis. From the team that brought us the neon-colored worlds of Hyperlight Drifter and Solar Ash comes a brand new multiplayer experience, Hyperlight Breakers. If you've ever played Risk of Rain 2, imagine that, but set in the Hyperlight universe. You'll set out into the Overgrowth, a forgotten land where you'll fight monsters, unlock gear, and take on mysterious crowns to overthrow the Abyss King. You'll have a multitude of traversal options, such as wall dashing, hoverboarding, or even gliding through the air to feel the incredible freedom of exploring the landscapes of Hyperlight Breakers. Now I've dabbled in the worlds of Heart Machine games, but I've never really finished one. In fact, I'm planning to start Hyperlight Drifter on my Twitch stream in the coming days. But the design philosophy of Heart Machine's games has always struck a chord with me, and getting to experience those co-op journeys with my friends, especially my moderator Papa Papuli, is gonna be a blast. So there's just a handful of some of the upcoming indie games that I'm most excited to play this year. Now some of these games will probably get delayed, and then other games are gonna release that I never would have expected that I love so much. So it's always interesting to see how this list kind of transforms by Game of the Year time. But be sure to let me know which games you're most looking forward to in 2024. Kind of a wizard with these indie games, so it's unlikely you could actually surprise me with any new ones, but I'd like to see you try. And if any of these games look exciting to you, be sure to go follow me over on my Twitch channel because I will likely be streaming most, if not all of them over there as they come out. And also don't forget to subscribe right here for some more indie gaming content.